Good evening, Andreas. This is Ryan at TrendLizard.com. Hope everything's going well for you. I hope you're enjoying the service. Thanks for being a member of the TrendLizard community. You had sent me an email as a professional level subscriber to take a look at RWE AG, a German energy company. And on stock charts, that ticker is RWEOY. So we're going to take a look at this guy. I know data goes back further than this, but basically our data begins in 2003. It had a nice run to the upside, found a high in 2007, late 2007, and embarked on a very large pullback into the 2015 low. This was a big move. It took a general five-wave form to the downside, which is a little bit concerning, which five-wave moves are trendy moves. So makes us wonder what its plans are on a very long-term time frame. From that low off the 2015 low, RWE recovered and has retraced about 38.2% of this big down leg here. So on a very long-term time frame, we can't rule out the possibility that this is not in a new uptrend and that this is just one large counter trend recovery of this large five-wave decline. Now, as a trader, you might be wondering, why are we looking at this super far 30,000-foot view of RWE or anything else that you present to me? And it's to get a context of what it is we're looking at. It's a ton of information. Sometimes it's not directly applicable to what's happening now, but I think a lot of people who follow these videos do appreciate knowing what the context is, and that is why we go to this super long view. So that is the context of why we do this. What we want to do now is look at what has happened off this 2015 low to the upside and see if we can make anything out of that. Now, this advance off the 2015 low has been trendy internally. You can see here off that 2015 low, you have a first, a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth wave. Five-wave moves are trendy moves. They dictate the direction of trend on that time frame. So that is a good thing. Once it completed five waves up in early 2020, gave us a very sharp pullback. Obviously, the COVID crash here corrected about 61% of this up leg. And once it did that, found a low and has turned to the upside again, gave us another trendy five-wave move, and then what looks to be a counter trend pullback off of the 2021 high, a sideways move. So here, what we're trying to establish on this time frame: what direction are trendy patterns happening in? What direction are counter trend patterns happening? And if we can determine that, we should be able to determine which way this guy wants to head on a longer time frame. And so far, like I'm showing you here, we're getting trendy up moves and counter trend pullbacks, trendy up moves and counter trend pullbacks. That appears bullish to me. Now, there's more than one way to label this advance off of the 2015 low, but I think at the end of the day, we have to look at the fact that it's bullish. One possibility would be you got a trendy five-wave move, complete as a wave one. It was corrected by a second wave, and now you're starting a new trendy five-wave move to the upside, a first, a second wave. Whatever the case may be, we're getting trendy upside moves and counter trend downside moves. That is bullish stuff. As far as trading this goes, I think our focus needs to be on what has happened off the 2020 low. So let's go ahead and zoom in on that price action here. If we do that, again, we find trendy upside moves and we find counter trend pullbacks. Both of these things are bullish, and they indicate that we should see more trendy upside patterns emerge as this pattern goes. Currently, it's in a very large pullback that started in early 2021, is still going on. That's the bad news. The good news is this does very much look like counter trend price action. It does not look like it's complete yet. What we'd expect is for RWE to work its way back down to this 2021 low here to test wave A's low before it completes. What it has to do is find a low at least around this level, around 29, to keep it bullish. As long as it does that, I think you have to stay bullish on any larger time frame. You have to be bearish on the shorter time frame because I don't think this down leg is over. Again, it should retest this previous low. We just don't want to see it move below this yellow area in any notable way. Now, if it can stabilize and turn back above 42 at any time, that's going to look bullish. It's going to be further confirmation that this is just a counter trend move, and it would be the first major step to indicating that the next trendy five-wave up leg has begun. Let's do one more chart here. We're going to zoom in on this action off of the 2022 high. And you can see here that that downside action looks like a trendy move itself, and all that really means is it's another reason to think it's going to head lower before it heads higher. So we would expect the formation of a five-wave down leg for wave C to complete, again, testing this area around 32, ideally around 32, but as long as it finds a low somewhere largely above 29, we're going to remain bullish. Once it does that, we're going to be looking for any type of trendy upside action. Again, we're talking about trendy upside moves, 5-wave moves to the upside to pave the way for the start of a much larger 5-wave move from there. And if it can get above 42, it's going to look great. It's going to look like a solid buying opportunity as additional 5-wave patterns form to the upside. And then we just have to see how things progress on this long-term time frame. If we get another leg deeper into this yellow area, we'll see how it goes, or to see if the entire uptrend has turned higher on the long-term time frame. But for now, keep your focus here. Trendy 5-wave up move, ABC pullback. Once it completes, we should get another trendy 5-wave up move, which should be very tradable. So hope that's helpful, Andreas. Have a wonderful weekend. Let me know what else you want me to look at for you, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.